Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Algorithm Mind. This is Asan Khoram. In this channel, I teach about programming skills related to Python, MATLAB and R programming. I also teach theoretical concepts as well as practical programming skills in data analysis, statistical analysis and data science. So if you are a person who's actually want to learn Python from beginning or you want to excel your career in data science, I suggest you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon button. Soon I will be posting videos related to statistical analysis in Python, which is a quite an important aspect for any data science professional. So in today's tutorial, we are going to discuss about how we can actually work with JSON data in Python. So working with JSON data in Python is a valuable skill, especially when dealing with APIs, document databases, or data exchange. Python has a built-in package called JSON, which can be used to work with JSON data. And this is what I actually am going to show you in this tutorial step by step. So stay tuned with me. So let's just consider the following JSON snippet. Let's just consider that this is a JSON snippet, for example, and it has like first name Jane, last name Doe. It has hobbies, then it has age, and then it has children, first name, second name, and so on. So first name and then the first name of second child and so on. So this is consider it as a generic JSON snippet. So our goal is to actually to convert a Python object into a JSON string using JSON dumps method. So again, JSON is a module and we are going to use its function dumps here. So we are going to import JSON by using this Python statement here, import JSON. Then I have actually declared our data in the form of dictionary. You see that we have key value pairs, like we have like first name and its value Jane, last name its value Doe, its hobbies, then age. So we have defined a dictionary. So again, we are converting Python object, which in our case is actually a dictionary, into a JSON string by using the function JSON.dumps basis. So once we have actually declared our data in the form of dictionary, we are going to declare a variable JSON underscore string, and then we are going to use JSON. We are going to call the module JSON and use its function dumps, and we'll pass two input arguments. The first input argument is actually the data we have actually defined earlier here. And the second input argument is the indent. Indent is just for the readability, how much indentation you want in that JSON string. So once you have done that, like, okay, we have called the module and we have used this function dumps, and we have passed two input arguments, data, and we have also defined the indent is equal to 4. Now we have actually converted a Python object into JSON string. I will simply then use print function to actually print that JSON string. So now you can see that we have actually converted dictionary into JSON string. So this whole idea is called serializing JSON. So that is that we are converting Python object to JSON string. So it's called serializing JSON. What is deserializing JSON? To load our JSON string into a Python object, we use a function loads. Okay, so deserialization actually converts JSON object into Python object, which is the inverse of what we have actually done earlier. So loads can deserialize JSON from a string or file, typically used when JSON data is obtained from another program or in string format. So we are going to use the same JSON string we have defined earlier, this. And we are going to use this loads function that will actually deserialize it and convert it back into Python object. Now, once that we have defined that, you're going to use a simple notation to access dictionary files or the key value of the dictionary by using its key parameter. So I'm going to use print function, then I'm going to use the loaded data that actually contains our Python object or dictionary. Then I'm going to pass the key value, which is actually first name, then second name, hobbies and age, for exactly the same thing that we have defined earlier for dictionaries. So we are going to use key of dictionary to actually extract its value, corresponding value from that loaded data. So now this is how you actually extract, this is how you actually convert a JSON string into a Python object, and the rest is actually similar to extracting or reading values out of dictionary. Now you actually know how to actually convert a Python object into JSON string and convert that JSON string back to Python object. Let's move on and actually discuss about how we can actually read an actual JSON file. So in order to read a JSON data file from a file, we are going to use with statement, and the context manager in this case will be an open function. So the benefit of using this with statement here is such that we actually don't have to write an additional line of code that we do have to write in order to close the file once the file has been opened. So with by using with statement, the file will be automatically closed once the code block for with statement ends and it has been executed. So we are using with, then we are calling the function open, and we are passing the input argument example.json, which is our current which is our file that is present in current directory. Here example.json, and this function open will create an object file, and we are passing that object file to the variable name file. So whatever the operation we actually want to perform on that object file will be done by using this variable name file. So once we have done that, recall that if you want to convert a JSON type data to a Python type data, we are going to use load. So this is the function we have used earlier here, which converted JSON string to Python string type data. So we are going to use the same notation here. We will call the module JSON and use its function load, and then pass the input argument, which is a file object here. Now we are going to print its value. So you can see that I have actually printed total items, then loaded data. So actually, first of all, I have actually printed, I have called print function, then I'm using fstring method to embed variable within the string. Then I'm counting the total number of elements that are present within that JSON file. So it will give me the total items, which in this case is actually 5 elements. Then I'm going to iterate on that dictionary. So I will extract each key and its corresponding value. So by using for loop, for this purpose I'm using for loop for key comma value in loaded data dot items. Okay, and then I'm going to print value of each key value pair. So once I run that, you can see that I have actually extracted data from that JSON file successfully by using this function load. Then I have actually used for loop to print values of that JSON file once that data has been converted into Python object. So now you know how to actually read data from a JSON file. Well, now we are more interested actually how to actually write that data to a JSON file. So for this purpose, I'm going to create a Python object here. Okay, and we have like here like new data in which is actually a dictionary, and it has key value pairs: first name, last name, hobbies, age, and children. Children is again is a key value pair of dictionary, but again within children we have a list of 2 dictionaries. So once I have defined my data here, now I'm going to use with statement with whose context manager is open function, and I'm passing the file name which I actually want to rename the file. Then I'm also passing the input argument w. W stands for write, so it means that I'm actually creating this file where I will be able to write data into that file. And once I have opened the file, this file object is then passed to this variable named JSON file. So it means that whatever the operation now I want to perform on this object file will be done through this JSON file variable. Now I'm going to dump. If you recall that if you want to convert Python object into JSON string, we are going to use what function? Dumps function. So in the same way, we are going to use the dump function here, json.dump. Then I'm passing the new data, which is exactly the data which I'm going to write into the JSON file, and we have declared earlier here. And then I'm going to pass the file name, okay, and or file object, sorry. So in this case, this is a file object. Then finally, I'm going to define the indentation, which is equal to 4. So this is the indentation that we will be passing along with other two input arguments. So just to recap that this JSON.dump has actually 3 input arguments. The first input argument is the data we actually want to write to that JSON file. The second input argument is actually the open JSON file, and the last is actually the indentation we actually want to have for that JSON file. So let me just run this code for you. Now the code has been successfully executed, and we have successfully write data to example JSON or sample JSON. So this is a little bit. So this is how you actually use JSON data in Python by using module JSON. So that's it for right now. This was a quite brief tutorial, and I will suggest you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon. I have other tutorial videos in my channel. You can go and see the list of playlist of Python, as well as if you are interested in MATLAB, you can also see the list of MATLAB. And I have also published tutorial videos that are actually for complete portfolio projects in data science or data analysis. That's it for now, and I will catch you soon in the next video. Thank you for joining.